This is The Snack with Ryan and Jay.
There's two guys from two opposing coffee worlds sitting together.
Oh, look at you with your big honey lemon tea. Must be the start of winter. You know what? They ran out of...
We know each other so well.
because you
I'm a honey lemon tea guy.
you want to fess up to anything about how you treat my coffee chain?
How do I treat your...
Coffee chain?
Oh, I
We were
don't...
at the Starbucks yesterday.
Okay, so here's the deal. Tim Hortons makes a fabulous honey lemon tea that I love. However, they do not offer honey to put in the honey lemon tea.
What?
However, our friends at Starbucks
My friends.
just giving away the honey.
They're not. No,
Oh, the
no,
packages
no,
you want,
no,
help
no,
yourself.
No,
Walk in with
no.
a Timmy hose, they're like,
No, no.
oh, I understand our friends across the street don't have honey. Please help yourself to
That
a
is
box
not.
of honey.
That is not.
That's not
You
how that
reached
goes.
over a counter and took a mitt full of honey yesterday.
Actually, what I
Just
always
admit to it.
I always give myself an out because I'll say to the Starbucks person, oh, I need some honey. I don't tell them that it's for another product, for another chain. And they always go, help yourself. And I'm like, thank you, legally.
That's true. It's true. But dear Starbucks, you should chain that shit up. Just chain it up. It's a
Fair
valuable
enough.
commodity on today's market. I know people think you have a lot of money at Starbucks, so maybe that's
Maybe that's what it is.
part of it. We've barely spoken. We've
Today.
barely spoken.
Today we
had a-
haven't. Yeah, with one quick text exchange.
And then we had a random, very quick conversation about Tupac in the boardroom.
Yeah, you asked me if I had seen the movie OJ.
Nope. That's good. That's good. I asked if you saw the movie Juice, which is where the confusion was with the OJ.
Sure.
And then you're like, is that the one with Janet Jackson? And I said, no, that's Poetic Justice.
Yeah, that's the one with Tupac. Yeah.
Juice was the one with,
They were rumored to be romantically linked.
well, they were sexing it up. Did you know that Quincy Jones' daughter was the last person outside of Tupac's entourage to see him alive because they were dating as well?
Only probably because you discussed it with me.
Probably have. I know everything about Tupac. I have visited the site that Tupac died on.
In Vegas.
Yeah, Koval and Flamingo.
Wow.
Yeah. Way back in the day. But yeah, I know all the movies. Omar Epps is in Juice.
That's right.
Omar Epps is in Juice.
Who went on to an excellent career in House with Hugh Laurie.
That's very true.
It's quite the
I loved Tupac in Juice was great because he uses the word partner a lot. Partner.
partner.
Yeah. That's good.
I love the Tupac. I think it's the documentary that I watched on him. The Tupac and Biggie documentary. It might be.
You have to be careful with those. Because there's really
Sure.
shitty ones and there's really good ones, and they've done about 20.
There's the one I watched had a British guy narrating. it.
Okay, because there's one where the lady who Soledad O'Brien, is that her name from CNN? Her and Ice-T set out to solve the mystery of Tupac and Biggie's
Okay,
death.
that one I haven't seen. The one I
Don't
saw,
watch that.
the one I saw was with the British guy. He hooks up with like Tupac's cousin or something, and he's
Yeah.
like, he had promised us some unreleased music or Biggie music or something
Yeah.
like that, and of course it never materialized. But all of the old footage and stuff like that, and the stories that were told were great.
Yeah, and I think ultimately you probably had somebody who was just really pissed off. They probably caught the right guy. Suge Knight was probably involved. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But why they keep making the specials? It's sort of like the moon landing. It's like Elvis's death.
Right.
He's still alive, so there's spottings. I just think it's kind of silly. It's kind of silly in some capacity. But this brings me to the conversation I wanted to have with you.
Which is?
I was supposed to go to that show last night on the Danforth.
Oh, really?
I was.
The one that TMZ is pushing out as massive brawl breaks out at rap show in Drake's hometown.
In Drake's hometown. That's what we're known as now here in Toronto.
Who Pusha T?
Yeah, Pusha T. So you know Pusha T from clips from way back in the day. Grinding
Didn't he also have a beef song with about
with
Drake?
Drake? Yeah, he was the one
He
who
was the one
exposed
outed the baby.
the baby. Drake slept with a porn star.
Is that why there was
Why
a brawl
pay
last
child
night?
support?
Because he was a dick?
Well, apparently they had squashed their beef. So Pusha T and Kanye are very close together. Kanye has produced a couple of albums for Pusha T. Drake and Kanye have kind of circled one another, but Kanye has said, oh, no, don't worry, everything's cool. We've squashed the beef, and now it looks like, at least according to Pusha T, that a whole bunch of people were throwing beer at him last night. And he believes, at least you said last night at the show, not that I was there. I was supposed to be, but I was not. That he thinks Drake paid people to throw beer at him.
Really?
Which I think is bullshit.
Yeah, I could see people loyal to Drake being like, yeah, let's throw beer at this asshole.
Yeah, or people just buying tickets so that they could throw beer at Pusha T.
Yeah, totally. Because he was, he's playing, let's face it, a much more intimate venue. than Drake.
Yeah,
would be
it's
playing.
pretty telling. Like if I got seats to a Drake concert, and I've been to a few, I couldn't hit Drake with a beer.
No, that wouldn't happen.
Pusha T at the Danforth Music Hall? Oh yeah,
Not a
I
problem.
could square you with a Coors Light.
You could actually probably play beer pong with Pusha T on stage.
Hey, Mr. T. Oh, can I call you Mr. T? This is awkward.
You get that a lot. I
pity-
bet you get that a lot. Do you get that a lot?
Can you say I pity the fool? No. Oh.
Did who were you supposed to go to the show with?
Couple buddies, couple of my hip hop minded friends.
And how come you didn't go?
Something fell through, and one of them couldn't go, and that was the one with the tickets. So I said, okay. Yeah. I'm very selective nowadays with my hip hop shows, and I know that's going to sound like I'm an old guy, but I am. I'm getting old.
Yeah, there's
Getting
nothing wrong
older,
with that.
right? I'm 41, so like hip hop for me, it's got to be like when I see Wu-Tang on the billing, I think, which members of Wu-Tang?
Which version?
Like which? Am I getting Method Man? Am I getting Ghostface Killer? Am I getting Raekwon? That would be great. Like ODB is dead.
Yep.
You know, so you just got to be careful.
We're replaced with 7 of his sons. Come out and do the lines.
Did they really?
That's what they did here in Toronto. Couple of his kids. The
hate that.
the Wu-Tang show that was here though recently, it was a free show. I think.
It looked like it was good.
It was now reviewed it really well. Said it was a really good show, and essentially they had said you never know what you're getting from a Wu-Tang show going into it.
Yeah, and the problem is sometimes they just don't play. And I know every artist is guilty of this, but they just don't play the hits. And then some of them only have hits.
Oh, that's why you go see Nickelback. Always play the hits. Always. Guaranteed. Look at that photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. You know you're going to hear it. This is how you remind me of what I was again.
Okay.
See? That's where you got it. You got to go with commercial rock bands.
Like
They
beer-
never disappoint.
I was going to say Beer Fest does a lot of the old hip-hop-y.
Yeah, Naughty by Nature.
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Vanilla Ice might make an appearance.
I can't remember what show I did.
I think I was at one of the ones you did because I wouldn't say we weren't talking.
No, we weren't because we just worked at different stations.
Yeah.
We just
But I
cross
remember
paths.
seeing you up on stage and me being in the audience watching.
Yeah.
Way in the back saying, "Hey, Jay, can I have a ticket? Can you put me backstage?"
Asshole. Asshole.
Hey, everybody,
Asshole.
can we get this one going?
Let's get
Can
this
we get
shit
this going?
Mad asshole. See how they rhyme so well?
It's perfect. One just glides into the other one. So yeah, I thought it was interesting, and I'm kind of glad I didn't go because I am definitely. If I'm too old for, if I'm old enough to be selective at rap shows,
Yeah.
I'm certainly too old to be at rap shows that end in brawls.
One of the great things, though, about being an older music fan is so many of the bands that you loved from back in the day are playing the smaller venues now because they're not as big as they used to be. So if you were into a band in the early 2000s, like you can see them at like a Casino Rama or a Seneca or a Danforth Music Hall or a Phoenix, and that's cool because there's only so many shows that are going to come to Scotiabank Arena. The Scotia. The Scotia. Going Scotia for Leafs? Scotia Leafs tonight. Brah.
You just meld those words together.
Scraw.
Are you doing Scotia Leafs?
Eventually, it just becomes. So yeah, there's only a few shows that I would actually pay money to see. I'd pay to go see Muse. I'd pay to go see Arctic Monkeys. I'd pay to go see Gorillaz. Yeah, there's not a ton of bands. Like you have to be a rock solid, non-lip syncing
To be in a big stadium?
just for me to spend money on you. Like I'm not going to go see someone I know's got backing tracks. Like the Spice Girls coming back to town. None of them are singing. There's not a note that will be real.
There's not a zig out of their
But they'll sell out, and people will go for the nostalgia.
Yeah, but that's a
different kind of
lady
fan.
thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
like
lady
let's get all the girls together and
Like, what's the ratio? Let's say it seats 20,000 people.
Yeah.
How many dudes do you think? Even the guys who are, I don't even think a guy will be dragged to a Spice Girls.
If my
concert.
wife said to me, "Will you please go with me to the Spice Girls show?" I'd be like, "Sure, of course." But I think the majority of people at the show are going to be women.
It's funny.
It's going to be women. It's going to be women with kids, namely daughters, where they share the generations, and it's going to be gay dudes.
My answer would have been, yeah, of course Jay will go with you. It's the same answer in both houses. It's weird. It's weird how that works. Of course. Oh, Jay. Oh, yeah. He's already outside.
We share
He's already
certain marriage roles. We share.
Here,
Ryan
Jay.
and I, we trade them off.
Here's $60. Have as many drinks as you'd like. Enjoy the show.
Hey, do you want to? I saw this today and I thought of you. They've ranked all of the
I like how
Rocky
by the way.
opponents.
Oh, this is like yesterday's
This
talk.
is from yesterday.
This is great.
Yeah. Creed 2
Yeah.
comes out today.
I wonder if Krause will review it.
Comes out today in the States because tomorrow,
Thanksgiving.
man, you Americans listening to the pod, God bless you.
4 days.
I know you got a heaping dumpster fire of a president, but you guys know how to do holiday weekends.
Be nice.
I will give you that.
Some people like Donald Trump.
That is awesome.
Nice.
My chances are one out of every 2 Americans listening right now is a Donald Trump fan.
It's very true, and we love you too.
And I'm sorry that you hurt your head.
Stop it.
But yeah, they really do the holiday weekend up. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So I can say this because I don't normally mention this on the. We'll go a little long today because we got some time.
Okay.
I don't normally mention this on the air, like when we're doing the radio show, because we're kind of got weird rules. But normally, I used to go down to the States because my whole family lives there, and
That's right.
it's a real big tradition for us. Maybe we'll get into it a little further tomorrow, but. You'd wake up in the morning go to the high school game at 7:30 in the morning, and you have maybe a little cocktail, maybe a little something to keep you warm.
Baileys?
Yeah, a little Baileys in your coffee, and you watch the kids at the high school game, and it's an event, right? Bands, cheerleaders, they're selling merch.
Friday Night Lights.
It's Friday Night Lights.
But in the morning.
In the morning. And then you get home, and by that point, somebody's put the turkey in the oven, you got pies that are baking, you got stuff it on the go, and everybody's sort of doing their thing, and everybody's got a job. But once your job is done, you can just drink.
Right.
And you can watch football, because football tomorrow is about 12 o'clock. And then there's a 4 o'clock game, then there's an 8 o'clock game.
Right.
And you just get, I don't want to say you get progressively drunk, but you get more progressively conversational as you go throughout the day.
I like to call that those situations where you have a long day in which to imbibe.
Yeah.
It's crafting.
Crafting.
You're crafting the buzz.
I like that.
Because you're rookies, you're amateurs, they'll flame out. They're 2 o'clock in the afternoon, either have thrown
they
up.
missed the bird completely.
Or they went to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I slept through, I couldn't handle it. No. You got to pace yourself.
So it always used to be good, but now that we have ratings that are extended past
Right.
tomorrow, I can't take the
Ratings
time
are the
off, so-
things that Ryan and I are judged on.
Yeah, that we don't talk about typically.
It's
on
the thing. No, because we don't care.
That's really what it comes
as
down
long as
to.
our boss is happy, the
Yeah.
boss is like, "You guys are good." We're like, "Cool."
Yeah, but I mean that's the real reason because we don't typically take vacation and
Right.
that kind of thing. So yeah, but not that I resent being here with you tomorrow. It'll be
Not at
nice.
all. And
It'll be
Friday
a lot
we're
of fun.
gonna hang, aren't we?
Friday we're gonna.
We're gonna hang. Didn't you want to hang at meet up at
That's
Jack
tomorrow.
Astor's?
No, that's tomorrow.
We want to do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Because of football.
Yeah, football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might be tough for me.
What?
I have a doctor's thing I got to take my son to tomorrow. But
Oh, plays that card.
I know.
Seriously? Now I'm gonna feel like
you know
an
what the
asshole.
worst part of it is? It's the truth. You know.
You and the truth.
So Creed 2.
Yeah, which comes out tomorrow in American theaters because it's Thanksgiving, as we
That's
just
right.
said.
It'll be out tonight. What they decided to do was rank all of his opponents from all of the movies.
I did not read this.
From worst to best.
Okay, I did not read this. Can I go with this? And
There's
just try it?
6. There's
Okay.
6 altogether.
So let's-
Who's number 6?
I'm going to say, because these are critics, I'm going to say Tommy. No. Is Hulk Hogan on the list? Can you tell me that?
Hulk Hogan is on the list.
I'm going to say, they're going to say Tommy the Duke Morrison is the 6th one, so the worst one.
You mean Tommy Gunn?
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, okay.
This kid was the heavyweight champ, and he lost to an over-the-hill Rocky in a street fight. Sure, Rocky supposedly had the advantage of being from the streets, but still.
I always wanted
That's
to
what
do a
they say on the
documentary
list.
about him because he had a fascinating life. He lived with AIDS and HIV for a long time.
Sylvester Stallone?
No, Tommy Morrison. He was a real fighter.
Right.
Yeah, in real life.
Is he dead now?
I believe he passed away just a couple of years ago.
It's too bad.
Yeah. I'm going to say they went with Hulk Hogan as second worst.
No.
Then they went with Antonio Tarver.
Who is... Did he play Mason the Line Dixon?
Yeah, Mason the Line Dixon.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, okay.
From Rocky Balboa, another heavyweight champ who fought an even older Rocky. Fight went 15 rounds, and Dixon barely squeaked by on a split decision. I don't remember that one.
Technically Rocky 6.
Okay.
Technically Rocky 6.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, I'll put Hulk Hogan there because they couldn't give Hulk Hogan any higher than number 4.
No.
What?
Guess again.
Mr. T?
Nope.
Clubber Lang, yeah. No? It's not Apollo. Who the hell else did Rocky fight? It's not Drago. Drago's number 1. No, that's bullshit. That is a bullshit list.
Yvonne Drago, number 4.
This is a
You'd
horseshit
think
list
he'd be
then.
higher.
Then
'cause
they
he-
put Hulk Hogan at number 2. That's ridiculous.
Okay, check this out. You think he'd be higher, like you just said. After all, he killed a guy in the ring,
Yes.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
But because he lost to a middle-aged Rocky on Christmas Day in his home country, And the fact that his fellow Russians were chanting for Rocky, not good. So he gets
Okay, I like the
blasted up list.
criteria. Okay, so let's go.
Number 3.
Hulk Hogan's number 3.
That is correct.
Okay.
He's a wrestler, not a boxer. The match was a charity exhibition, but Thunderlips remains to this day the only opponent to pick Rocky up and toss him out of the ring.
Okay, number 2. This is a tight one because Clubber Lang was pretty cool. I'll give Mr. T some credit, but I have to think any list worth its salt would put Apollo Creed number 1. So I'm going to go Mr. T, Clubber Lang number 2.
That's correct.
Yes, there you go.
2 fights in this movie. Clubber crushed Rocky in the first, knocked him out in the second.
Devastating.
Rocky knocked out Clubber in the third round of the second fight, which means number 1, Apollo Creed from Rocky and Rocky the OG. Much like Clubber Lang, he beat Rocky the first time they fought. Of course, it was by decision. The second time, Rocky beat him by a second when he stood up in the 15th. And they had a secret third fight at the end of Rocky 3. Remember where they throw gloves in?
And no one ever knows who won that.
Well, you do find out. Actually.
In Creed, don't you?
You do find out. You do find out.
In Creed, they tell you.
Yes, in the movie Creed.
Even then, I found the confession to be somewhat confusing.
Yeah, I don't even remember that part of it. My takeaway from the Creed movie, I always think about this every time I think about it, was when Rocky says, "I'll teach you the workout. I'll teach you how to work out."
Look at your face. You're making a face.
Making the Rocky face. And he puts the piece of paper down.
Yeah.
And the kid takes a picture of it. He goes, "Don't you want to write it down?" He's like, "No, I got it." Took a picture with his phone. I'm like, that's 2017.
Battle of the Ages.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, that was a robust conversation.
That was a good, fun conversation. How's your black coffee doing?
Delish, buddy.
It's great. Were you going to go get your refill, get me some more honey?
No, not a chance. I'm not a felon.
Everybody down to the ground! This is a honey robbery! If any of you motherfuckers move on, shoot every motherfucking last one of you! Pulp Fiction and
Scene.